vast deep ecosystem that is mostly gone unexplored. And considering that we've only explored about 30% of the oceans on our planet, it really makes one wonder what could be lurking down in its deepest, darkest depths. Scientists have concluded that it's fairly likely that there could be some large undiscovered animals within it. And when imagining the ocean with its deep and dark waters, it certainly makes one think of mythical and terrifying creatures. Over the years, various sounds have been recorded that to this day have no real explanation. And so today, we'll be exploring 5 of the most mysterious underwater sounds ever recorded. But before we get into the video, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe with the bell so that you never miss a new upload. Number 5. The Bloop. Arguably one of the most popular underwater sounds ever recorded, the bloop was originally recorded in 1997 when researchers listening for underwater volcanic activity in the southern Pacific recorded a strange, powerful, and extremely loud sound. Using hydrophones or underwater microphones, they placed them more than 3,200 kilometers apart across the Pacific. They recorded numerous instances of that noise, which was unlike anything that they had heard before. Not only was it loud, but the sound had a unique characteristic that came to be known as the bloop. Some bloop recordings have been sped up so you can hear it better, so I'm going to play you the sped up version as well as the original version. And the original to me is much more eerie. Let's listen. About a year later, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration pinpointed the sound to having come from about 650 miles off the coast of South America, in a remote corner of the South Pacific Ocean. And shortly after the release of the bloop and the subsequent viral blow-up of its popularity, people were astonished, because where the sound originated from was very close to where H.P. Lovecraft's mythical monster Cthulhu was said to live. And several years after its release, the NOAA made a statement that they speculated that the sound was generated by an ice quake, or icebergs breaking off into the ocean due to climate change. However, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of evidence to support this. There's been heavy speculation that it could be some kind of sea creature yet to be discovered, or perhaps a creature from prehistoric times that survived the asteroid collision. But whatever the bloop is, it still remains an active mystery today. What do you think it was? Let me know down in the comments. Number 4. The Train. This next unknown sound was recorded on March 5th of 1997 by the Eastern Equatorial Pacific Autonomous Hydrophone Array. Interestingly enough, it was recorded the same year as the bloop. It was given the nickname of the Train because it sounds like a train transversing the bottom of the sea floor while tooting its horn. Let's have a listen. Now, there's a few theories as to what the train could be. It's been speculated to be an iceberg scraping across the sea floor, but a lot of people have again speculated that it's some kind of undiscovered creature, perhaps living in between the icebergs deep in the ocean. What do you think? Number 3. Julia. This sound was recorded on March 1st, 1999 by the Eastern Equatorial Pacific Autonomous Array and had an origin near the Bransfield Straits. It sounds like an eerie, almost whining voice. Let's listen. The only scientific speculation as to most of these stories is that it's an iceberg scraping or breaking off across the sea floor. But surely that couldn't be the cause of all these sounds. Number 2. Slowdown. This sound, nicknamed the Slowdown, was recorded on May 19, 1997, the same year as the train and the Bloop. The sound was also recorded by the EAPA and was recorded in the Antarctic Peninsula. It's certainly a very creepy and very mysterious sound indeed, almost sounding like a disembodied voice or a very large creature making a noise we aren't familiar with, maybe from a dark cavern at the bottom of the ocean. Let's listen. Researchers again believe that the only explanation is that an iceberg has hit the sea floor and is slowly coming to a halt. To me, it still seems fairly unlikely though, but who knows. And that brings us to number 1, Upsweep. I chose this sound as number 1 because to me it's certainly the most creepy and invokes the thought of a large sea creature or mythical monster screaming from the depths, or some other kind of strange creature blaring an alarm from the bottom of the ocean. It got its nickname because of its audio waves, narrow band, and upsweep in sound as it progresses. It was discovered by the Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory after it began its underwater surveillance program in 1991. And what's even more strange is that the sound is seasonal. It can be heard much louder in the spring and summer, and becomes quieter if detected at all in the fall and winter. And stranger yet, it also seems to be getting quieter each year, but can still be heard to this day, echoing in the ocean. Let's have a listen. This one may certainly have a viable explanation, however. Since the sound was picked up near active underwater volcanoes, it's thought to be superheated bubbles traveling to the surface, or another theory says that it could be hot lava reacting with cold seawater. However, with the sound emanating from the deepest and darkest part of the ocean that is yet to be explored by human beings, it certainly makes one think as to what it really could be. That's the end of my list. What was the creepiest or most puzzling sound to you, and what do you think it could be? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe with the bell so that you never miss a new video. This has been Cody with Mystery Archives. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.